Hi, in this video I'll show you how to apply the quotient rule in differentiation. The quotient rule is to be applied when we have one function divided by another function, as shown in these two questions here. Now it's important to know when not to apply the quotient rule. For example, if we have the question y equal to, let's say, x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x divided by x. If we have a single term in the denominator, this whole expression can be simplified before we differentiate. So there's no need to apply the quotient rule. So to do this, we can split up this expression in this way. X cubed divided by x plus 2x squared divided by x minus 5x divided by x. This will give us x squared. When you cancel the cube with the x1 here, and when this is cancelled, we will be left with 2x, and this will give us 5. So when you differentiate this, we will have 2x plus 2. So as you can see, questions of this type do not require us to apply the quotient rule. First, I will explain what the formula of the quotient rule means. When we are asked to differentiate two functions, one divided by the other function, first write the square of the denominator. Then copy the denominator and differentiate the numerator. Minus, write down the numerator and differentiate the denominator. Now I will explain this formula using the two questions here. Now let's take the first case, part A. We are asked to differentiate this function. So we will write it this way, d dx 3x squared over 1 minus 4x. First, we will write the square of the denominator. 1 minus 4x squared. Then we copy this denominator here at the top, but without the square. And we differentiate the numerator. 3x squared when differentiated will give us 6x, because you bring the 2 down to multiply by 3 and reduce the power by 1. We will get 6x minus, now we copy the numerator, and we differentiate the denominator. When you differentiate the denominator, the 1 will disappear. Negative 4x when differentiated will give us negative 4. Next, we have to simplify the expression on the top. 6x multiplied by 1 will give us 6x. 6x multiplied by minus 4x will give us minus 24x squared minus 3x squared multiplied by minus 4 will give us plus 12x squared. In the denominator we have this bracket square. Do not expand it out. Just write it as it is, 1 minus 4x squared. Now simplifying the top, we have 6x minus 24x squared plus 12x squared will give us minus 12x squared. Over 1 minus 4x. The whole thing square. So this is the final answer for part A. Okay, now let's look at part B. We are asked to differentiate this function here. So let's write down d dx 2x divided by 2x plus 1 to the power of half. When you have a square root, it can be written as to the power half. Now differentiating this using the formula as shown here, first we write the square of the denominator. When we square an expression raised to the power of half, it becomes 1. Because half multiplied by 2 will give you 1. So we are left with 2x plus 1 to the power 1. It's not necessary to write the 1 outside the bracket. Next, we write down the denominator here at the top. So we write down 2x plus 1 raised to the power half, and we differentiate the numerator as shown here. 2x when differentiated will give us 2 minus, now we write down the numerator here and we differentiate the denominator. When you differentiate this denominator, what you get will be half, because you have to bring the power down, and then we write the bracket and reduce the power by 1. Half less 1 will be negative half. And we have to differentiate within the bracket. That will give us 2. Notice that the 2 and the half here will cancel out. So we are left only the 2 here. So this can be written as 2x plus 1 raised to the power half. The 2 can be written in the front, minus 2x over this bracket to the power half. Notice that the sign here is negative, so you can bring it to the denominator of this function here. So you have 2x over 2x plus 1 to the power half. When it's negative half, you bring it down, it becomes positive half. And all this is over this bracket, 2x plus 1. Don't forget this is over 1. So in order to combine these two fractions in the numerator into a single fraction, we need to make the denominator the same. So to do that, I have to multiply this 2x plus 1 to the power half to the numerator and denominator. In other words, this will become 2x plus 1 power half multiplied by this bracket, which is the same thing as this, 2x plus 1 to the power half over the same 2x plus 1 to the power half minus 2x over 2x plus 1 to the power half. And this whole thing is over this bracket. So now, since the denominator here is the same, I can combine them together into a single fraction. Notice that these two brackets are the same, so we just add the powers together. Half at half will give you 1. So continuing here, I have 2 multiplied by this bracket raised to the power 1. Minus 2x over this bracket to the power of half. And this is over this bracket here. Now this bracket here can be brought down to multiply with the denominator here. Meanwhile, the numerator here can be simplified. Expanding out, I'll get 4x plus 2 minus 2x over the product of this bracket and this bracket. So when you multiply these two brackets together, you have to add the powers. The power here is 1 and this is half. That will give us 1.5 or 3 over 2. Meanwhile, the numerator simplified will give us 2x because we have 4x minus 2x. That will leave us with 2x plus 2 over 2x plus 1 raised to the power of 3 over 2. So this is the final answer for this part B. Or the answer can be rewritten in this way. 2x plus 2 over 2x plus 1 cube, and the whole thing is square root. So you can leave your answer this way, or it can be rewritten this way.